I did not start saving or investing until recently. At the age of 43, which was almost 2 years ago, I finally began to take this seriously. So if you are in the same boat where you feel like you're behind, trust me, you're not alone. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly why I started late and what I'm doing now so you can recognize that it's never really too late to start. Okay. So the first thing is, why did I wait so long? Honestly, it's one of those things where you feel like you have enough time. Number one, I was so focused on building my business that was literally all I cared about. I wanted to scale and grow my business. However, during those years of building and growing my business, I was dealing with a lot of medical issues. And so I was constantly having surgery. I was constantly in the hospital, which meant that I always had medical debt. I felt like I was constantly drowning in medical debt. And this has been happening since 2007. I finally cleared all of my medical debt around 2023. So it took that long for me to really get from underneath all of that. And I would also say that I just didn't prioritize it the way that I should have. I always felt like if I'm in debt, what does it matter if I have this money like saved, which I was completely wrong. And that was due to the lack of financial literacy. So what changed? What changed was in 2023, I actually was listening to a sermon and they were mentioning financial literacy and how to really get your finances together for God to really trust you with more. If you're looking for abundance, what are you doing with what you already have? And that really resonated with me. At that point, I took a financial course and I also hired a financial advisor. That was the beginning of me starting to really understand, whoa, I need to get on this now. And I started to pay off my medical debt. I started to really organize my finances and really start a game plan. And then I decided that I did not want to wait until 67 to retire. I honestly said, okay, I want to retire earlier than 67. And if I want to do that, I need to, put the pedal to the metal type of thing. So that's what really started to shift. Now, so in 2023, I really started to learn more about finances and debt repayment plans and, accounting every dollar and budgeting. I really was taking as much information as possible. 2024, that's when I was really rebuilding my business. So I wasn't really making as much money as I would have hoped. And so my plan to pay off debt kind of slowed that year while I rebuilt. However, in 2025, things really took off around October, which was exactly a year when I told myself I was going to rebuild my business from scratch. So the first thing that I did was I opened up a high yield savings account. This was key to my continuous financial success. That high yield savings account, I put a little bit of money in, and I'm proud to say at this point, I have over $10,000 saved. And my goal is to get to 30K as quickly as possible. However, what I also started to do was I started to pay off debt monthly. Now, this was something that I told myself I needed to do. So I slowly started to pick and choose debt that I was going to pay. That plan came into action about 2 months ago. And over the last month and a half, I've been able to pay off over $10,000 in debt. I also started to invest monthly. Now, this is the key that I think a lot of people miss. Because I'm repaying off debt and because I'm also trying to save, most people will say, I don't have enough money to invest. However, invest whatever you have. What I decided to do was invest small. So whether that's $50 a month or $100 a month, I have a steady amount of money that I'm investing every single month into my investment accounts. I'm also putting a certain amount of money every single month into my retirement accounts. So this is very important for you to do. I have a SEP IRA and I also have a Roth IRA, and I put money aside every single month. So here is what I will tell you. I would tell you, number one, it's not too late. I know sometimes as we get older, we start to panic and we feel like, I should have started in my 20s and 30s. Sure, we can always say that. But if you plan accordingly and if you actually put a plan into action, you can literally catch up. I've seen people do this, and that's my plan. My plan is to catch up as if I had the money in my retirement accounts all along. And so it's never too late. I think the most important thing is to start small. So whatever you have, whether that's $15 a month, $20 a month, put that into an investment account because your future self will definitely thank you for that. And I just have to say that I'm very proud to see how far I've come. I am going to be doing more videos about this, but I have 7 debts to pay off. And so far this year, I have paid off 4 of those 7. So my goal this year is to hopefully pay off 6 of the 7, because the 7th one is my student loans. But listen, you never know. Like, God is amazing. So if I can do all 7 this year, that's going to be amazing. But my goal was at least get the 6 out of the way. And I'm literally on track to do that. I think I can do that and probably half of my student loans by the end of the year, if not all of it. So I'm just super proud of the journey, but it was only possible because I took action, and I took small action. Doesn't have to be big action steps, but small action. I'm not a financial expert, okay? I'm just someone who's learning as I'm going. I finally started. So if you are in that same position where you want to finally start building financial wealth, you need to start with your debt. You need to start with investing, and you need to start with saving. So I hope this video resonated with someone, inspired you to get started. If so, feel free to leave a comment. And if you are new to my channel, I just want to welcome you and thank you so much for being here. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. My name is Aleru, and this was your Daily Dose with Dupe. Until next time, I wish you all a beautiful and blessed day.